Good morning. Welcome to Morning Moments. I'm so glad that you took the time to be with us today. I have another person from Nashville. Boy, do I like Nashville, and I miss being there. I hadn't been there in a couple years, but somebody from Nashville that actually is over. She is the president of Nashville Women and Film, and she's an actress. Have been a model and actress for years, and it's just such a blessing to have Lynda Evjen on Morning Moments. Welcome, Lynda.
Thank you so much for being uh, having me on the program. It's really exciting, and we have a lot of exciting things happening here in Nashville these days. It's getting bigger by the minute.
Yes, somebody last time I was there 2 years ago. I hadn't been there since COVID hit. They were calling it Crane City because everywhere you turn around, there's another crane building another
Yes,
building. It's just grown so much in the
yes,
last few years.
yes, and the real estate's gone up too. Uh, you know, so it's quite interesting how fast. And I do believe that it had to do with the Nashville television series that came to town. And here in Sumner County, where I live, they're going to build a million, um, 100 million dollar studio, and they're going to break the ground in June. So there's going to be a lot of jobs for all of us. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I'm finding more and more when I talk to people in the film and television industry that Hollywood isn't just the place to be anymore. There are so
No,
many great
no.
studios, independent filmmakers. It's not just the group of people in Hollywood. It's really grown quite a bit throughout the whole country, hasn't it?
I've been in the business so long that in the 80s we had to go to Canada to work.
Uh-huh.
So, it's but now it's the South.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what do you do and why do you do it?
Well, that's an interesting question. At this stage in my life, I have found that I love being in a leadership position. I use all my tools that I've accumulated from being a teacher, as well as an actress, as well as a mother, and all these things. And it seems to be paying off in my life, and I like this side of my life. We're very active. We don't give up, and um, I am working in my craft, which is unusual at this stage of life. I thought that I would retire, but no, it doesn't seem to be in the cards to retire, from acting at least. But I found a niche here in Sumner County from California. We moved from California about 16 years ago, and I was really in a bad mental state because I thought, oh my God, I've left everything. I've left my friends, I've left our lives. We lived in California for over 30 years, and uh, I worked in California. It was just a really hard move. And I had a minister who told me to go to lunch with some ministers' wives, all the denominations in town. And he said, you go have lunch with them, you'll have a good time. And I thought, well, what am I going to do at this lunch? And at the luncheon, they talked about bake sales at Christmas. And they said, could we do something besides bake sales at Christmas? And I mentioned, how about gingerbread competitions? Because I'd seen that all over the country when David had started a business that had to do with the release of information for hospitals. And so we traveled all over the country. And I traveled because of acting too. And so, anyway, they loved that idea of the gingerbread competition. So I went to the real estate agent who was selling us our house, and I said, would you sponsor it? And he said, yes, you won't believe this, but the chamber doesn't want to do the parade anymore. So let's just make it a weekend. Well, out of that, I formed a 501c3 that does 22 events from September until January and funds about $150 to $200,000 for charities here in Sumner County. So that kept me kind of busy. And then I joined Women in Film because I had joined an agency here, Talent Trek, and I thought, well, I need to join Women in Film. And then when I got into Women in Film, they were in a little bit of disarray. And so the president stepped down, and I thought, well, I'll run for president and see what I can do with it. So it's given me a purpose, and it's given me a reason to get up every day, and all these things have, from the charity work that I do here in Sumner County to the to this. And then my husband bought a franchise that's called Osteo Strong, and at 76 he's still going to work every day. I can't believe it, but that's him. And anyway, so our lives are full. We have one grandchild, and he just turned 9, and he loves the rock and roll. They have him taking guitar lessons. So, they say that talent skips a generation. So I've got a feeling that this little guy might really turn into something big, who knows? But
are you saying your kids don't have talent? Is that right?
Well, I do have talented children. Susie, our daughter, who's the oldest child, is an opera singer.
Okay, yes.
And then our son is a professor at Michigan State University.
Oh.
So, they're accomplished, but we all think that our grandchildren are going to be the next coming.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I feel that way about all my grandkids.
Yeah. And we didn't teach them to procreate because we only have the one. And so I'm hoping that Susie and Mark will adopt or something like that down the line, but we'll see.
You were saying
maybe I will.
Yeah. You were saying something that really hit me about the time that we're in and passing it on. I used to think that our journey in life was a marathon and not just a sprint. And I still agree with that. But the older I get, I realize it's more than just a marathon. It is a relay race. And there are things that I need to pass down to the next generation. And I think that's the call and passion that a lot of folks have, that say, I don't want to take that information and that talent with me. I want to give it to the next generation.
Yes. And we're given this gift of age, which gives us wisdom from having been there and done that. And that's so valuable to up and coming people, I think, because they need to know that you survived and that you got past it and that you were able to find something to stimulate you. I look at pictures of my grandmother and I think, oh my God, she was 65 and she looked like she was 90. And, we don't live in that age now. We can continue to do things and be active, and we don't have to, fold up. And the pandemic made us feel that way, I think. But I think we're coming out of that, and that it'll work and be good there, So.
Well, Lynda, I want to thank you so much for coming on to Morning Moments. Down below, I'm going to put links to the Women in Film and Television of Nashville. I'm going to put other links down there that you want to put down, want to give me, that can show some of the activities and things you're doing now, so people can to watch what you're doing. And you know, there's so many roles you were telling me that are opening up now at your age, because they're looking for somebody your age for these roles, and you're busy now, and it's great to hear that. So we're going to also put those links so people could follow you and also see what you're doing. And I really, it's great to have somebody that's willing and wanting to pass on their talent and experiences. And you were telling me that you started modeling at 3, and all of the years you've had, and you've been married 50. You've got me beat. I've been married 45 years. You've been married what, 50?
52.
52.
52. And modeled in a Sears catalog, which I don't think anybody even knows what that is anymore.
Oh, I do. We used to get the Sears catalog and circle all the stuff we wanted for mom and dad to get us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
And
So
David and I play Mr. and Miss Santa Claus every year for the tree lighting here. And children will bring their books and say, "This is what I want. This is what I want." You know, it's
yeah.
cute.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. It's been a delight and a joy and a privilege to have somebody with your experience and your role and position in life now to be on Morning Moments. Thank you so much. I want
Thank you. And I also wanted to mention that in May, when this will probably air, we are doing a SWIFT Summit, which is Southern Women in Film and Television. And that is May the 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And on that Sunday, we do the Faith in Film conference, and we'll show some films that afternoon. So, and on Saturday night, we have a big awards banquet where we honor women that have done outstanding work in the film industry.
We're gonna put that link down below when this is aired, so that
Okay.
people, if they're not already registered for it and they're in the area, can go to it. And so absolutely.
Yes, and it's on our website.
Good.
It'll be on the website. So if
Good.
you put the website up there, it'll be there.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, this has been wonderful.
Thank you.
And I want you to come see me when you're in Nashville.
I will. I haven't been there, like I said, in a couple of years, but we love Nashville so much. So hopefully we'll get out and venture out there and get to see you in Nashville. I want to thank you all for joining me, my audience, on Morning Moments. And as usual, after this is over with, take the time and pray for Lynda, that God would continue to give her health and strength, and continue to bless her in a great and mighty way, so she can continue to fulfill the passion and the purpose in her life. Thank you so much, Lynda.
Thank you.